So in this video we're going to be looking at forces and their effects, moments, levers and gears. To start this video off, I want us to think about a quote from Archimedes. Archimedes once stated, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum strong enough and I will move the earth." Now, he wasn't talking literally about the globe, the earth at this point in time, but the point that he was trying to make is one about how a lever functions and what a lever does. We need to really start by understanding what a lever is. A lever always has three things: an effort, which is the force being applied by the user; a load, which is the force that the lever is causing, so the object that is having the force applied to it; and a fulcrum, which is a pivot point, so the point at which the lever will rotate about. A lever is one of the simplest machines possible, and by machine I mean a device that can transfer a force from one location to another. So to appreciate levers a little bit more, let's look qualitatively at a few examples. Scissors are a good example of a system where you have a good lever because you've got a fulcrum, the pivot point around which the scissors rotate, your effort in the handle, and your load at the cutting edge of the blades. Now in the example given, the load is roughly the same distance away as the effort, so in that situation the force at that point will equal the effort put in by the user. More mechanically useful, however, is when the effort is further away from the pivot than the load. In those situations, a small effort can cause a much larger force. The nutcracker example and the claw hammer example here being two. You could also have a spanner being used to tighten a bolt, or a screwdriver being used to pry open a tin of paint. Less mechanically useful is when the load is further away than the effort. So a situation where the force being applied is closer to that fulcrum than the load or the force that you're trying to get the lever to apply. It does have some applications in fine control of scenarios, but for now that's all we're going to say on the matter. So what was Archimedes trying to get at? So if we consider our three key parts of the system, we can also consider this in terms of turning effects, of moments. So I'm going to add these two distances here. The effort is a much larger distance from the pivot than the load. As such, to get the same turning effect at both points, and that's all that the lever is doing. The lever is translating the turning effect from the effort to a turning effect at the load point. Because the distance to the effort is much larger than the distance to the load, the size of the effort can be much smaller than the size of the load. So you can get a situation where, in some kind of imaginary magic physics land scenario, the effort is small enough that a human can apply a force that would literally move the earth. Another example of turning effects being applied to a situation is gears. Now, the point at which the gears cogs intersect allows for a translation of force between the two cogs, but you do need to have an appreciation of a couple of basic ideas. Basic idea number one is that connected gears will always rotate in opposite directions. So if A is rotating anti-clockwise, B will rotate clockwise. The other is that a larger gear will always make a smaller gear rotate faster than itself. Key points from this video. Levers are simple machines that transfer forces using the turning effect of the force, or the moment. The levers can be used to let a small effort, or the force from the user, cause a much larger load force, which is the force that the lever acts upon another object. Gears are also another way in which turning effects of forces are used to transfer from one place to another. Linked gears always rotate in opposite directions to each other, and larger gears will always make connected smaller gears rotate faster than them.